Join us on this special collaborative episode of the Newman Bond as our Director of Student Life, Joshua Schoenecker-Perlman, kicks off an all-new interview series, Afterburners. His first guest, Newman University's new Athletic Director, Kenyon Spears.
Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Afterburners, where our good friend Declan Mitchell says it's all mental and chemical. Today we have our first guest star, which is going to be awesome. I can't tell you how great this is going to be. It is somebody who has brand new to Newman, who has jumped headfirst into the pool. Now, whether that pool is filled with water will be up to him probably at the end of this, but we'll let him discuss that. Please welcome our new athletic director, Kenyon Spears.
Thank you, Josh. Excited to be here. This has been a day that's been on my calendar. We'll see how it goes, but the first thing I've shared with you is I'm not big into doing hot, but I'm also a team player.
And so we're gonna make this easy. We're 10 chicken wings, they get hotter, 10 questions.
Sounds good.
All right, we're gonna start with the first one here. Now, this is, even though you're like, hey, let's start with the hot one, I promise you that's not a good idea. Do you want wings or drums, sir?
Drums, please.
Have at it. All right. The first sauce is only 1,400 Scoville units. Easy enough. This is the mild thing. Let's jump in, sir.
Let's go. Are we eating the whole thing?
It's up to you, man. That's not too bad.
I can handle this one.
He was so worried.
Okay.
See, you're gonna crush this, man. You got this. But first question for you. You've lived down in Southeast Texas. Can you talk about what it was like for you growing up in Southeast Texas, going to Hardin-Jefferson High School, graduating? And can you kind of tell us like the difference that you see from you getting, growing up to what it looks like now growing up for young men and women?
Yeah, obviously you did some good research. I grew up in a small town of 400 people. It's called Nome, Texas, Nome. And then in middle school, I moved to China, Texas, which is 5 miles up the road, to a booming metropolis of about 1,200 people. So, life for me growing up was great. I enjoyed all the activities that I participated in. The difference between now and then was we knew when to come home. When the street light came on, you better hightail it to your house. And now it's like you get a text or you get a phone call. We didn't have those avenues, so life has definitely changed.
Was it go outside and play? You're not going to sit around in the house all day?
Yeah, video games did exist. Some of you guys probably don't know, but we had Atari was a big one. Nintendo, the original Nintendo, came out later in life. But you got real creative. We whatever season it was for the sport, that's the sport we played in our community. And we would cut tree branches down to shave them to make bats. We would just get real creative to figure out how to entertain ourselves.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's some small town living right
100%.
there, sir. You knew everybody from one end of the neighborhood to the other.
Yeah, it really was 3 streets, kind of what our town is, and pretty much everybody was related to each other on your grandma or grandpa's side or mom and dad's side, and not every day was peachy, but we figured it out.
Gotcha. Well, we're gonna go ahead and jump to into the next one here. And you said they're both drums. Perfect. So this sauce is actually, we've made a jump. We've gone from 1,400 to 5,700.
It's a big jump.
So let's dig in, man.
Come on, let's do it. I'll take a smaller bite.
That one's got a little kick already.
Tongue's already tingling, so yeah.
All right, so
question. Take a sip
question 2 here for you. So you
That's
attended.
A big jump. That's a big jump.
You attended Lamar University. getting your degree in communication,
Yeah.
and that was 2001.
Yeah.
But you played basketball for 4 years, right?
Yep.
You led your Lamar Cardinals to the Southland Conference tourney. You took them to the championship and won that. Took you to the trip to the NCAA tournament. What's it like playing on that big of a stage against somebody, especially like Coach K's Duke?
You know, that was a fun time. We actually went into the tournament, I believe, the 7th seed, and had to play the team that beat us 2 weeks prior by like almost 40 points. And so we were able to concoct a plan and went on their home floor to go into Centenary University is where it was, where the semifinals and finals. But yeah, to go against Duke, go against I think they had 6 or 7 first or second round NBA players on that team was fun. It was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where people that I've learned, if you're not in Durham, they hate Duke, which was great because we had a lot of people cheering for us during that time. And you know, the one thing I would say is I did get a chance to play against high-level pros, even though they were in college, and we held our own for about a half. I think we were down 11 at half, and needless to say, they stretched it out, I think, to over 30 before the game. So
that's kind of the magic of Coach K in that one. But what I found interesting in that is I learned that you were player of the game that game, scoring 19 points, which was weird to be on the losing side and get player of the game. How was that what kind of emotional attachment to that was that? Was that a big emotional thing for you, or was it kind of like we lost, it's whatever?
Yeah, I always want to win, but I will definitely take the plaque. And as my wife will probably tell you, I wear it proudly in our home, and so she has to walk by it every day.
Oh, you got a plaque for this?
We did. Chevrolet sponsored that. Got a plaque. Actually, got 2 plaques, and so we have it up in our home in San Antonio.
Nice.
But it was great. Obviously, anytime you can represent Chevrolet and represent the NCAA with player of the game, win or lose, is a lifelong story.
It was something that I thought found interesting, was the fact that you were on the losing team and got player of the game. That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I'm still curious as to why that happened, but needless to say that I wasn't the leading scorer of our team a lot of the time during the year, but in that game, it just so happened that I got off to a hot start, and then they put what they call the clamp on me, which is Shane Battier, and the second half was a little different for me. So,
Shane Battier, yeah. He's a tough defender.
Yeah.
Ready for 3?
Let's do it.
You still feeling good, or
I'm good right now.
You're good right now.
Yeah. There's a tingle, but I'm good right now.
Are we going to get to the point where you just want me to stop telling you the numbers, or you want me to tell you what this one is? Or you just
No, please share.
We're tripling at least the 5,700. We're jumping to 18,000 here.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'll wait.
Not too bad.
I'm actually good with that one. We'll see in a little bit, though.
You give it a little time.
Oh, I think I'm good.
So your coaching career quickly took off after college. You joined Lamar from 2002 to 2005. You've been at coaching staffs for Wagner College, Brown University, the University of New Orleans, LIU Brooklyn, and the University of Incarnate Word.
Yeah.
What's the appeal of coaching at a high level of basketball? Like, what's the appeal for you in coaching?
Well, you know, it really kind of all started for me probably day 2 out of being born. My aunt, Nancy Hebert, her daughter and son were great mentors to me. They took me underneath their wing when they were in middle school. My cousin Nikki, her daughter, taught me basketball literally since I was 2 years old, all the way till high school. She's I call her my coach and my mentor. But like, I've always grown up around the game, been around the game, and that's my way of repaying the favor for someone doing this to me. I love to see student athletes grow. They come in as a little skinny freshman thinking they know everything, right? And then they quickly realize, like, life is different at a different level. But just see that maturation of the growth on and off the floor is the biggest thing that makes me smile.
Get into the seniors when they then think again they know everything.
Well, yeah, the one story I'll share is I always share with our student athletes, and I've shared it here at Newman, is a lot of our student athletes have a card they usually swipe in the cafeteria, right? There's a magnetic strip on the back. And usually when you swipe it, there has to be something that takes away from that swipe. Well, in life, if you swipe it and there's nothing in there, like, it doesn't work.
Right.
So I tell them, be happy about that swipe, because when you graduate and you move into real life, like, you're gonna have to put in the same amount of energy, same amount of effort, same amount of time in. So there is something on that swipe that you can use to eat or make purchases. So they quickly understand that don't complain about the calf, because it's a privilege to be able to have those swipes.
I get that.
So.
Any special memory of coaching that stands out to you, like in coaching in a game? Ones that you can say on camera.
Mike Dean didn't recruit me to Lamar University. Coach Gray Giovanni did, and I will be indebted to him for life. But Mike Dean came into at Lamar my junior year, and he's a New Yorker, and New Yorkers are very outspoken, and when you come to Texas and you bring that New York flair to you, sometimes that don't always go great. So his tone and his language took a little while for people to get used to, and as you said, some things I can't say on camera, but he wasn't quiet with his words. So
I get it. And sometimes, I think about those stories like of Coach Knight, where people are like, I can't believe he said it, but then you have his players that would go to the end of the world for that, man.
And it's the same with Mike Dean. Like, he is I wouldn't say he's a Bob Knight disciple, but I would say they grew up in the same eras and have kind of the same approach. And while you're in it, it can be very tough and difficult. But I would say when student athletes leave or graduate, they appreciate the tough love.
Yeah, totally get it. Yeah. Moving on to number 4, sir. You doing all right?
We're going to 5, right? That's it.
You're going to 5? No, I think you're right now. You're doing so good. You're going to make 10 in record time.
We'll see.
So number 4, we're just doubling a little more than doubling. We're going to 27,000. 27,000 heat units. He'll be fine. I promise he'll be fine.
We'll see. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. That head shake was real quick, sir.
I'd choose this one. I can feel that one.
You can.
Yeah, I got a drink.
Is that something you'd put on your food anyway, or? We passed that point.
Yeah.
At what point did we pass that?
Ooh, this one got a little kick to it. Got a little kick. I can handle the first 3, but this one got a little kick.
All right. So in 2020, that was when you had a bigger transition from the coaching to the administration side of athletics. You were the Associate Athletic Director for External Relations and the Diversity and Inclusion Designing. How did that transition work for you? Did you handle it really well? And what were the easy and the hard parts of that?
I would say the easy part was I was already engulfed in the UIW community, so I knew a lot of the campus partners, kind of knew a lot of the expectation of what the job entailed, because I worked directly with the deputy AD at the time when I was the basketball coach. So 3 years prior to that, I was the assistant basketball coach at UIW as well. So that was easy of making really the transition. It's just more hands-on approach with all the coaches and the student athletes versus basketball. The hard part was it was in the middle of COVID.
Right.
We had like 23 sports that we didn't play in the fall. We played them all in the spring. So that was interesting enough when you're overseeing all the facilities and operations. And so I was bouncing around from the football game to the baseball game to the softball game. We had some, and I was over person that oversaw all the restrictions on COVID. So you had to wear a mask outside. Well, if you're having people from different states with different rules, there could be some conflict. And needless to say, there was. But we worked through it, and I learned a lot in a very short amount of time. I appreciate the trust of Richard Duran and UIW to put that on my plate and work from there. So.
Do you miss being on the sideline coaching?
No, I don't. And people ask me that all the time. They really do. I feel like I'm still a coach and just in a different title, different role. But needless to say, I get my fix. I'll walk into practice and talk to coaches, talk to the student athletes. I probably watch a little film, and I can always talk ball.
On the administration side, has there been a sport that's been historically tougher for you to kind of work with or deal with?
Not really. I'm big on being visible, so I get to see a lot of our student athletes throughout my time as administrator and get to sit down and eat lunch with them and see them in the cafeteria, see them around campus. So it's usually a easier time because you break down that wall of most administrators. You don't probably see what I do, but I like to be very hands-on. I like to be seen. I like to be engulfed in their day-to-day life, and I want them to know that I'm in the fight with them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, you're in a fight right now because we're going to 5.
Number 5, let's do it.
And number 5.
4 still got a little tingle though.
Well, you're about to have a bigger tingle. You're going to 51,000 heat units here.
Last one, right? Last one?
No, we got.
All right, let's do it. Come on. Oh, I think 4 was tougher than 5, but we'll see. We'll see in a second. I'm good.
So when you were at Incarnate Word, you were promoting quality initiatives.
Yeah.
One of those was As One We Will. Can you talk more about what that was, and then kind of what do you think is part of one of the biggest pieces in solving inequality pieces or parts in athletics?
That group actually started with our football team that year when George Floyd incident happened, and it was a group of our football players at the time that got together and was talking about it with Sister Walter, and they formed the group As One We Will. My role in that was to help them to continue to grow and then help them become an actual chartered group for campus to where they could receive funding and be able to do other initiatives throughout their time. And we got to that. They were appreciative of that. One of the big pieces that came out of that is the president at the time became part of the board of trustees. And so he was able to sit into all those meetings, have a voice at the table. They were able to change some curriculum at UIW with a lot of other initiatives that are going on. We had our first ever Juneteenth during that time as well. And so I know that group has definitely grown. Gerald Bowie was the next president, former football player as well, that took over after the first president stayed, and they're continuing to do great things in the community.
And so, when we talk about inequality in sports, where do you see that? Where do you see that mostly right now?
Yeah, it's tough, especially in this NIL era where the bulk of the NIL is going towards football and men's basketball. Some would say, well, they're the money makers of college athletics, and to some extent that is true. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings. We all should be treated the same and treated equally. And hopefully, with the government, the NCAA, and who else gets involved, they can figure some things out to spread the wealth more within the pie and get those numbers closer than what they are.
And obviously, there's a lot of voices in that conversation to try to find ways to appease everybody.
Yeah,
complicated.
and that's the tough part. Is one, do you have the right voices, right? And then 2, how much of the voices are sharing with, institutions. And look, let's call it what it is. The Power 4 schools run the show,
Yep.
I think everybody knows that,
Yep.
and so their voice has a lot more bang behind it than others.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we at? We're at 6 now, right?
Yeah, five was good.
I feel it even harder on the tongue. Like, there's no way that you're not feeling.
Four was the one for me. Like that five, I'm okay with. Oh, you gave me a big one this time, huh?
Well, 6, 69,000.
Okay.
We're still in 5 digits. We haven't hit 6 digits yet. You're fine.
I don't know if you guys have figured it out, but I look to see which side has the less amount of sauce to see what I can do. Let's do it.
Tastes just like Christmas morning, doesn't it?
This one's more like number 4.
So that means you like this one. How's it? How's it feeling? You're chewing.
If I chew a lot, that's not good.
Yeah, I was about to say you're chewing awfully a lot.
Okay, we'll be all right.
All right. So
if I shed a tear, don't laugh.
So you were a rather large influence in bringing high-level sporting events to UIW, like a FCS playoff game, the 2022 NCAA West Regional Fencing Championship. You were also helpful in being part of the lead host for, 2025 NCAA tournament?
Yeah. So we've been fortunate. Our football team has really taken off at UIW, and so they've done very well. And the reward of that was to be able to bid to host a home football game, and we won the bid. So that's how we were able to do that. And a lot of hands are involved in that to present that bid to the FCS committee to host that. Fencing championship kind of rotates every year with the MPSF. To learn about fencing was a joy in itself. Like the student athletes were really, really helpful for me. And again, like I've shared with our student athletes here, I love to travel with the student athletes to see them outside of their element and being around and having a good time. And so to do that and learn about fencing was great. Coach Moreau was great as well. But to host it, like, it was a big deal. It's never been hosted at UIW at the time, and take a little break. Yeah, we were able to host it. You know, we had I think Air Force and Stanford and I think it was UC San Diego and a couple other schools that were there, and you know we held our own. We've had some NCAA championship qualifiers and different things, and you know, fencing in the San Antonio area has grown, and it's been a good partnership with the city down there.
Perfect. What does it take? Like, what's the effort level? How many people have to be involved to make those things run as smoothly as possible?
The football championship requires everyone in the athletic department, all hands on deck from the time you win the bid till you get to the game day, and then even after the game day to make sure everything goes well. A lot of things with partnerships in the city for hosting the visiting teams and their fans, their band. You know, you have to control all of those things. So when they figure out who you're playing, it's all set up for them because it's a very quick turnaround. The Final Four is a whole different monster. You know, that requires, we're just one of the host schools. UTSA, the other host school that took part in that, but that is a campus-wide investment for both campuses, along with San Antonio Sports and a lot of different entities within the city to make that work. The mayor plays a big role. I mean, it's huge. Obviously, it's a great impact for the city to have that, and San Antonio's hosted a lot of Final Fours, so hopefully that will continue to happen.
My student leaders hear me talk about collaborative efforts a lot.
Yeah.
How important is collaboration in those, and like what are the confrontations? What are the struggles of dealing with, you know, trying to make sure everybody's happy in that? Yeah,
the collaboration part, like, it doesn't exist without collaboration. In all honesty, like any of those, the FCS championship, fencing championship, or Final Four, and the Final Four is like you start those meetings in September for a tournament that happens in March, and like they have the blueprint down pretty well, but like You got people all over the world that are on these calls or in these meetings, and if you don't have your stuff done and turned in on time, that creates major conflict because there is timelines and deadlines that you have to meet in order for other people to do their job. So while it's not perfect, I would say, man, they got it down packed to a T that makes sure, hey, we stand on track and doing the right things.
And obviously, I think with probably the NCAA, it's probably like you're meeting our standards. It's not them meeting yours.
Yeah. It's more of whoever the host schools are, you're listening. Right? you really are. And then you take the orders and you put them into work. Yep. So, it's amazing to see how that worked. And then in 2018, what was it? Maybe 2020. The whole women's tournament was moved to San Antonio during COVID. Yeah. And so instead of having 3 games, you had the whole tournament there. And while I didn't have as much hands-on with that, UIW was the whole school, and Amanda Polito and Angela Lawson were the 2 leads for UIW at the time, and blew it out of the water.
Awesome. Well, speaking of the Final Four, that's at least round 1. We're on. We got 3 more to go, sir.
Let's do it. I'm good right now.
You're good right now?
Yeah. I was a little worried, but I'm good right now.
Well, to hopefully not break your iron will here.
He keeps giving me the biggest one in the bag.
You're the one. You're the one that said you wanted drums.
Yeah.
Not to hopefully break your iron will here. We're at 104,000.
Okay.
So you're gonna feel a little bit here.
Let's go.
He really does. He sits there and finds the least spiciest part of this.
I'm smart.
My wife might say you cheat at this.
I can only eat what you give me.
So what I'm hearing is I need to put some more sauces in the bags before we get the last.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
How do we feel about this one?
This one's up there.
Not to say, because there's some feeling, there's a little more feeling coming in here.
Yeah, the tongue is tingling for sure. I would say that the good thing is I don't have to eat the whole piece of chicken because it would be a struggle.
No, remember we were just in your office. You're like, no, I eat it to the bone.
Yeah, I did say that, and not today.
Well, that being said, we've talked about your before Newman time. You got named our new athletic director in June. Mm-hmm. What kind of motivation do you end up having of going, all right, I'm going to move from Texas to Kansas, or even better, I'll deal with D1 and I'll go to D2? Like, what motivates you, or even calls you in this point, to kind of make that kind of change?
Well, as I've said before, I was very fortunate to tackle a lot of things during my time at UIW in administration. Was trusted with doing a lot of things, and I appreciate that because I felt like I was definitely fast-tracked in a lot of different areas. And I wanted to lead my own group. Mm-hmm. I feel I was bred and born to be a leader. And the good thing with this opportunity is I've shared this, like my best friend played basketball here, so I knew a lot about Newman that probably most people that maybe looked at this position didn't know. Let's call it what it is. Like, it is Division II, and so people are like, oh, why would you go from D1 to D2? Well, I look at it as I love challenges, and I love to win in the end. Yep. And so we're going to work through all the things that we have, and we're going to continue to get better. The standard will be high. Yep. As we continue, through our journey. I think our coaches are understanding that a little bit, and this is getting hot.
Well, while you're taking a drink, I got an add-on to this. You talked earlier about you grew up in a town of 500 to then like a town of 1,200, right? You're now working at a university that has just over 12. We're at like 1,300 students. What's the difference for you in that, right? I mean, larger school, and you've made it from a larger school to a way smaller one where walk from one end of the campus to the farthest corner to the farthest corner takes less than 10 minutes. Visibility-wise, that's very, very, I feel, maybe different for you. Is there anything different for you in that?
You know, the if you really dissected it, like this campus is probably the third largest campus that I've actually been on. I would say Lamar University and Brown were definitely bigger, but UIW, Wagner, LIU Brooklyn, and New Orleans it was bigger as well. But those campuses, definitely LIU Brooklyn was smaller. Wagner was smaller, and UIW was definitely comparable. So it's really not that big of a change for me. And I like small because I feel it's intimate and you get to know everybody. Everybody knows you. And I shared this with a prospect today for men's basketball. I said, it's good that everybody knows you. It's not good if everybody knows you're not doing the right thing. So Mom really liked that when I shared that message. So.
That's one of those things that if you kind of do something goofy here,
yeah,
everybody's going to hear about it.
Yeah.
That being said, we're probably going into, I'll look at my crowd here. Worst sauce in the box? We're going to the worst sauce in the box, sir.
Well,
this is historically the only sauce that has gone through every seasons on the YouTube show.
Okay.
This is called the bomb. In fact,
this one looks a lot different than the other ones.
That's because when you're like, nope, this is enough sauce, our lovely volunteers, that includes my wife, added some more sauce. Tongue's a little fire, sir, but I'm going to let you know there's no way you don't react to this.
Okay.
The guy, the Declan who I mentioned earlier, touchdown football spiked his wing into the trash can when he ate this one.
Okay.
That's also on, you can go to YouTube. Cab does the Hot Ones challenge. You can watch Declan do that. Ready to dig in?
Let's do it.
All right. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
No, the correct phrasing is
Oh my. Oh my.
It's got a kick to it, doesn't it?
That one's real. That one's.
Can you describe the way that one tastes?
Wow.
So, my brothers has said it tasted like a mouthful of nickels. Ryan Reynolds says it tastes like rusty razors. Some people have even said it tastes like eating battery acid.
I need a drink.
All right.
How much was that one?
That is $135,600.
My man.
We're still in the hundreds, man.
I can look at that one and tell the difference of the other ones. This one's real.
So you've talked about family.
Woo!
You've talked about family a lot. And the importance of family. Can you talk about your family in the role?
Why are you talking so slow? Woo!
Can you talk about the way your family's played a role? Like, you probably had to sacrifice a lot. What sacrifice, like that, there's good and bad in that, right? Can you talk about your family's role in this for you?
Yeah, I can. Look. Oh my. My family still sacrificed for the greater good of our family. My wife, who I actually went to high school with and college with, and never said two words to each other in 6 years of really knowing each other. My goodness. That should be number 10. In the collegiate sporting world, like the kids, the wife, husband, it's tough. It's tough. You're going a lot. You travel some. It's early morning. It's long hours, and you miss birthdays. You miss, school activities. You miss sporting activities. And so, like, I appreciate my wife every day. I need to tell her that more, but you know.
You have an opportunity to look in the camera right now. And
ooh, I don't even know if I want to look in the camera.
You know she's going to watch this, so you have the opportunity.
She is going to get a good kick out of this because I'm the tough person of the family, and you never. I say never let them see you sweat. Well, today could be that day. But no, she sacrifices and she does a lot for the greater good of our family, and I appreciate her very much. Care for all of our family very much, and but there's many sacrifices when you're married into college athletics.
Don't let her see you cry, man.
No. I'm gonna have to drink that whole thing of orange juice, y'all.
All right, last two, man.
Can we take a break?
You take a break?
Isn't there like a commercial break?
No, come on, man.
Ooh.
I'm trying to get you out of here.
My goodness. You want to switch?
You want to switch?
No, we're good.
All right, this is number 9. You want to take a guess?
Dab.
No. You want to take a guess?
Last one was what, 29, you said?
135.6.
135. So I'm going to say it's over 200?
690,000.
So it is over 200. That one hurt, Josh.
Look, most of the time this becomes easier because that kills everything.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Wow. Oh, my. My oldest daughter's going to get a kick out of this.
Who's
Just bring number 10.
Nope, not yet.
Woo!
So, like I said, you've jumped headfirst into this pool. Whether there's water in that pool, that's up to you to decide right now, because I'm pretty sure you're like, it's empty.
Josh, it's hot,
But-
brother.
But I have to tell you, students across the board, athletes, non-athletes alike, have talked about you since you've been here. You've been visible, you've done Jet Friday, you went to the color run, you made sure RJ didn't leave without getting colored.
100%.
You have made your presence, your support well known. What is that mentality? Why does that mentality drive you to be there for every student, whether they're athlete or not?
You know, in all honesty, this is really who I am. This is natural me. I'm big in the family, and I consider everyone at Newman a family member, and so I want to be there to support them and help lift them up as well. So that will continue. You will see that throughout our coaches, throughout our student athletes. That's a big piece of the standard, right? And oof. 1 second. But yeah, and we will continue to get better at that, and I think it's important. I think it's important for not only faculty, staff, and anyone in the Newman community to see that. I think that just helps grow the Newman brand and make sure the people in the community understand, like, we're just not here to play sports and just go to school. There's a bigger picture here.
100%.
Yeah.
So let's end this. But
Okay.
there's a caveat here, sir. It's the last dab.
I'm on fire over here.
That means before you take a bite, gotta put a little more on.
Well, you didn't tell me that. Oh, just a little bit?
Just a little bit for you.
Can I grab this one?
91%, what is that, Pepper X, I think it says?
I don't know.
Over 91% Pepper X. Okay. Captain Kenyon, 2,693,000 Scoville units, sir.
My nose is running.
Let's finish this up, man.
Woo!
You've gone the distance. Let's finish this up. Here we go.
I need a second.
Muhammad Ali never took a second.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh. What is this? Wow. Wow. Okay.
So it's the last question. Before we roll out of here, I want to let everybody have a chance on the last question to talk about the mark that you hope you leave here and what you hope people can take away from you.
I would say the mark I hope to leave here is you'll see it, but you'll truly see it when students and the
Did you wipe your mouth with that?
woo.
Did you wipe your mouth with that?
Woo. No, we're good. This is not gonna get my eyes. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, the mark I hope to leave is students enjoying their time here and wanting to come back, as they grow into their lives, and then ultimately be able to come back and tell their story and give back to the university. So that's when you truly know you've done a good job and have shared a great time in the growth of student athletes.
Tell you what, man, you made it 10 rounds.
I appreciate it. I've enjoyed it. It would be very tough to do it again. But thank you.
Kenyon Spears, thank you so much for doing this with us today. You made it through. We look forward to seeing you throughout the year through many guest stars. If you have any idea or thoughts of who you'd like to see up here, please let us know. But this is Kenyon Spears, 10 rounds after Afterburners. Like Declan says, it's all mental and chemical.